So there we go. Yeah, you got those summoner blockers down. So now we can point out the fact that we do not only see that Teemo, gonna be a Teemo top, but we actually also see that Poppy. Now, of course,
No, I
we
think
did
that's a Teemo
see
mid.
Yazuki is the.
He's going mid.
I think it's Lee
Lee
Sin
Sin
mid,
mid.
sort of Froggen style. Um, so anyway, yeah, Lee Sin mid, a Teemo up in the top lane. Sona Draven down bot. Wild Turtle picking up that Draven yet again. He was so dominant on it earlier. And then we are going to see Orb High in the jungle as Maokai squaring off against Malphite. Oriana is going to go mid against that, presumably against that Lee Sin. Soraka and Ezreal down on the bot lane. And then, strange as it may seem, a Poppy up top. A Toppy, if you will. So we shall see how that goes. And that's not a pun, by the way.
No, that's not a pun.
Toppy.
That's just a bad joke. There's a
It's
difference.
just a bad joke. Yeah, so once again, this is Rev Gaming on purple team on the right. Orb under the moniker NFNP, no fear, no prob. Over on blue team on the left. How come the first team only banned 2 champs? It's because this is actually the second remake of this third place finals match. The first 2 were remade as we were not actually spectating them, unfortunately. So anyway, we got those issues all sorted out, and we are almost ready to go into the final match for the North American qualifiers for IEM Singapore.
So when was the last time you saw Poppy play top in a competitive game?
I was gonna say in solo queue yesterday against Jace, and I don't think I've ever seen someone worth less gold on my team. It was not fun. But in a competitive game, in a serious, there's stuff on the line here. This is a best of one. It's a chance to go to Singapore. There is it's not like this is just some sort of troll game here. There's money on the line. There's an opportunity for a pretty major event. So in this sort of environment, I really haven't seen Poppy top for quite a while. I know Fornot, is it Zekint, plays a lot of Poppy, but I haven't really seen them in that sort of competitive setting. At least I haven't seen him playing for Fornot in that competitive setting. So really, I'm honestly trying to think a serious game like this. It's like they're few and far between.
And lo and behold, I get a corner bug.
Corner bug. What a surprise. All right. So it looks like, by the way, I think you could see us in the team select there for CLG versus MMEF, Monomaniac Ferris, sorry. And both teams weren't actually ready, so we went ahead and said we'd cast this third place game while they were getting ready. So here we are, right off the bat into a pause. Fun stuff.
Dude, pause is one of the most overpowered abilities in League of Legends. It just stops everything.
Yep.
So yep, now we just get to chill out and milk. You should change the overlays.
You, my friend.
Because it still says MMA and the dragon timer is 1646.
And call them as you see them. I like that. So I'm going to update it as NFNP over on the blue team and Rev Gaming on red. What is going on in this chat? They're just spamming.
I can't see it.
Oh, it's the alphabet. That's nice. Swift Break has gone ahead and line by line typed out the entire English alphabet. Thank you very much for that constructive discourse as we wait here for apparently what seems to be a bathroom break. Okay. Fair enough.
So, not to give you guys some insane dead air, I guess it's time for a little bit more plugging. We've got EPS coming up after these matches, Team Dynamic versus Dignitas, I believe. Following that up later this week, we've got, actually tomorrow, we've got more of the Premier League, which is sort of, you know, one of the stepping stones for up-and-coming teams. And I think you said we may be having some of the RoCat finals, or the Rocket King of the Hill series later, sometime later the month?
Yeah, I think so. It's usually around this time at the end of the month. 1 second. Sorry, I'm just talking to the admins. It looks like we might actually have to go.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Nuts.
I'm gonna lose it. This is...
Thanks for this extended bathroom break, guys. I really appreciate it. Sorry, guys. Just remember that we are, of course, waiting at the same pace that you are. Only we have to make small talk and puns live.
Yeah, we have to make small talk and puns, and when everything doesn't work, you guys have someone you can hate, which is us. We don't get to play the blame game. Oh, whoa. Are you getting a buzzing?
Is that me buzzing? It could be my ever popular phone.
Something was buzzing.
Was it me? All right, you go ahead, and I'm just gonna try and sort this out. I won't be with you for a second.
I guess for now we'll continue to follow this match as we wait for updates from the admins, because we may be changing matches again. Sorry for all the delays, the confusions, the inability to get things right, guys. We are only human. Really, we are only casters.
Speak for yourself, man. I'm a cyborg. I was born for this.
We are the glorified messenger boys of the esports world. So while we just wait, we've got both teams spreading out in defensive positions, covering all the entrances to their jungle. Neither team looking for a level 1 team fight. And you know, neither one of those junglers particularly great at level 1 team fighting. I mean, Maokai's got some snare, and you can get Q on Malphite first, but it really reduces both of their abilities to clear the jungle.
Yeah. Once again, guys, this is the 3rd place finals match. Whoever wins this game is going to have a chance to go to IEM Singapore. Whoever loses is unfortunately going to be out. After this, we are going to see CLG versus Monomaniac Ferris, which is another best of 1. And I think the winner of that just gets slightly more favorable seeding at IEM Singapore, but don't hold me to that. So yeah, thanks for staying tuned through the difficulties and the delays. Hoping this is going to be a sick game. NFNP over there on the blue team, you know, with the roster of Orb Gaming, really strong team. We saw them really take a pretty decisive victory over Team Dirtnap Gaming in that first game. Anyway, yeah, I did just get a message from GG, Big Fat GG of CLG. They are going to wait for us to finish casting out this 3rd game. We are going to get all the games broadcasted for you guys today, so no worries about that. So thanks for staying tuned. Anyway, back into the game. Looks like Bolt Jungle is going to go ahead and start with that blue. Hi.
Oh man, that buzzing. Is that you?
Is it me?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, well, it just keeps like popping up every once in a while.
Could be if there's buzzing, someone will say something in Twitch chat.
Alright. Well, this is a Lee Sin in mid lane. So, Nien is playing Lee Sin mid, and I have nothing to say about it because I've never seen a Lee Sin go mid.
I think a lot of the strength just comes from the fact that a lot of AP mids won't run armor yellows. You can see this Orianna is actually a pretty good counter to Lee Sin mid. Just by hitting that E on herself, she's going to be able to set up a free R and a free W when he goes in for damage. B, the E actually provides a lot of defensive stats. You know, that sort of whoever the ball is on has passive armor and MR. Which really helps against Lee Sin's, physical burst damage. So really, Lee Sin can sort of hard counter a lot of AP mids, a lot of the squishy sort of 16 armor AP mids. If you take a look at what Lee Sin's actually running, he does have that 21 armor pen. But, thankfully for Orianna, especially if she puts a couple points in that command protect, which she hasn't done yet, she's going to get a lot of tankiness for free. And that should be able to shut down the effectiveness of Nien's Lee Sin mid. So that's pretty much, the 30-second explanation of what we can expect.
Looks like High is coming in for his gank. He has Twisted Advance. He is going to land it. Lee Sin follows up with the kick. Doesn't actually fly after him. Only landed the first half of Resonating Strike. And meanwhile, in bot lane, Wild Turtle again with just zoning people out with his Draven play.
Yeah, really consistent. If you guys have been tuned in for a couple hours and seen that the first game we saw from Wild Turtle, he went like 16-3 or something.
It was something ridiculous. Absurd. And he's got double spinning axes.
Yeah.
No fear.
Pretty much what I had to say about this matchup. Sona, of course, is just so pokey and kind of offsets what Ezreal can do.
Looks like we actually have a gank coming in up top. Sicko Scott is going in on Yazuki, and from behind, High is trying to get close enough. I think a flash Twisted Advance over the wall. The Arcane Smash is going to keep him there. The Ignite is down, plus the poison from Teemo is going to pick up the first blood. Yazuki getting that one. And that was a very, very aggressive play by High.
And it's interesting that Sicko Scott actually decided to back off from that gank. That earlier gank High did over in mid lane, he actually took 2 turret shots after Twisted advancing towards Orianna. So Malphite was at like a 200 or 300 health advantage over Maokai. And he just didn't press that lead the way you would sort of expect. So Sicko Scott is gonna be able to soak up a ton of XP up top. He's already level 5, as you can see. However,
oh my god, I think they're about to dive on top of Orianna. She has no mana. Out comes the Twisted Advance to a minion actually to get himself out of turret range. They're tanking the tower. Nien is going to pick up the kill, and is the Ignite going to do it? It will. Actually, it was High who picked up the kill, and You Are Not Butter is going to pick up the revenge.
Yeah. Meanwhile, bot lane, by the way, similar sort of dive. I don't know which one you caught. I was watching bot lane. A nice 1-for-1 exchange. As I think the Ignite from Swift Breaks Ezreal was able to pick up the kill on Wild Turtle. However, it was, going even 1-to-1 as Ezreal when you're kind of pushed in a turret behind on CS, all that is actually in some ways sort of a trade you want to take. Especially since Soraka is doing a nice job of sort of keeping this creep wave off the turret a little bit. That XP didn't go to waste. Oh, and now actually Lemon Nation could be in trouble here. Lemon Nation is level 5 compared to Swift Break, just barely hitting level 4. But now it looks like Lemon Nation is going to go ahead and back off. See a little bit of a interesting leveling here on Sona. Lemon Nation has hit level 5, has 3 points in Q and 2 in W, only 1 in that Song of Celerity, the movement speed steroid. And the
I think we're about to see a bait down in bot lane. Wild Turtle is just trying to pick this fight with Swift Break to get him close enough for High to Twisted Advance.
Yeah.
Yep, and they continue to duel, and in comes High, but the Arcane Shift away very, very early from Swift Break is going to get him out of trouble.
And that's the power of Ez. Not only that fact, but also had Maokai completed that Twisted Advance and Ezreal had just kind of Arcane Shifted in a turret, it could have been a lost Oracles from him, potentially. I mean, he didn't have the Ignite, he doesn't have that kill potential, but still. High has to be careful. Once again, he has gone for that Philo Stone as opposed to
Oh, in comes the Malphite ultimate, plus the Ignite from Poppy. They're going to burn right through Yazuki, taking him out so fast, and Poppy was really, really low. Teemo was pushing her back, and just instant Malphite Ignite ultimate.
Yeah. Looks like Malphite's now going to turn this into a little bit of a counter jungle. He puts the ward down on the far side. Oh, wow, actually high. Simultaneously, pretty much a mirror matchup here. Both putting a ward in the same spot to cover it. Both of them going for that counter jungle. Six Scott, though, is a little bit ahead in terms of XP. I think from that XP he was able to soak up from top lane. Both of them, however, sitting at level 6. And of course, High with that Oracles is slowly going to kind of erode Rev Gaming's map control here. You can see he's already cleared one ward out from bot lane. He's just walked by another one. And it looks like we'll be able to clear that one too. So good job there from High.
Yeah, and I'd say that, you know, even though they both made the steals, that definitely went in advantage of No Fear No Prob, because Lee Sin doesn't need blue.
Yeah, that's very true.
Ooh, and I think Maokai is coming in for the red steal. Is he going to walk into the bush and instantly smite it away? He's got the minion. Is he going to get it? He will!
He gets it with an auto tag.
Oh, man, the extra sapling over the wall just did the extra damage.
Good stuff. So once again, guys, this is, let's see, a couple people asking why on earth we have Orb labeled as NFNP. That's just the name they've signed up for in the tournament. That's how they appear in the system, in the brackets and all that. But it is the entire, I think actually Wild Turtle was just recently picked up by Orb Gaming as a sort of full-time member replacement, as they have had some roster changes. So I think this is actually the full lineup of
a little bit of trading by Wild Turtle down in bot lane, 2v1ing them, throws out his ultimate, can't finish the Sona because she has the heals, and now High is coming in from the side of the jungle, throws a sapling over the wall. They're going to see the sapling, so they know that he is there. Out comes the ultimate, is going to not kill Wild Turtle, and meanwhile in mid, a little bit of a gank was going off, but they couldn't really do anything with it, because Malphite...
coming down.
Oh,
this
what's
could be
he
dangerous
got?
for them.
High is definitely caught in a bad position, is going to twist it in advance, knocks him away, takes a fair bit of damage, throws out his ultimate. The Ignite is down. I think Sicko Scott has his ultimate. He is going to go in, ploy the Orianna ultimate. Lemonation is so low, he is going to fall to the Ignite, and now that is a double buff Orianna. That is the last thing you want. Oh, are they going to get close enough? A nice flash forward with the Seismic Shard, and now the Orianna ball is going to go in, and it is the red buff that picks it up. And wow, Teemo in the meantime solos down Poppy.
I'm not so sure about the Poppy pick here. Really is one of the weakest tots of the game. We saw Hotshot, just CLG in general, I guess, trolling with that that Nasus pick, but you know, arguably Teemo is the weaker pick here. Sorry, arguably Poppy is a little bit even weaker than Nasus, and against such an aggressive early game solo top like Teemo, especially an AP Teemo with that early game strength, I just don't know what Poppy's gonna do. Has that double GP5, has the Philo and the Heart of Gold, but is actually down about 30 CS. So we shall see if Flores is gonna be able to kind of get that late game power that Poppy's known for, or if he's gonna kind of fade into obscurity in the late game. As obviously Poppy's kits, you know, arguably one of the best. I think
they're about to dive onto Not Butter again. In comes the Twisted Advance plus the Lee Sin ultimate. It is actually the Maokai ultimate that popped and finished the job, but oh, so many tower hits.
10 seconds.
Poppy coming down is going to walk right into Yuzuki as Nien is trading with Sicko Scott. Poppy knocking Teemo back, but Teemo doing so much damage. Both have move speed buffs, and in the meantime, Nien just duels down Malphite.
Yeah, and Poppy was forced to ghost away from that Teemo. You can see Yuzuki not even taking a single point of damage in that exchange. That is just how, you know, comparatively strong Yuzuki is over this Poppy. Now, granted, there is a 2-level advantage there. Sorry, a 1-level advantage there, as well as a significant, you know, sort of difference in the itemization, in that Yuzuki's Teemo is actually built towards offensive items like the Sorcerer's Shoes, the Cage's Pick, whereas Poppy's got sort of, you know, health and mana regen and things like that. But still, it's gonna be another 15 or 20 minutes before Flares is able to really scale back into this game.
Well, here comes the gank. Teemo so fast, laying down all the poison he can. Needs a little bit more damage. Just seems to want to tower dive it. Yuzuki going for it as the twisted advance locks up Poppy, but a nice ignite with the tower is going to finish off Yuzuki, and a great play there. And now Malphite is up here to slow down Nien. Oh, Hai is going to get caught by that Orianna ultimate. Needs to get out of there. Flashes over the wall. And in comes the Malphite ultimate. Lands on a Teemo Shroom.
Ain't gonna be because they know Lee Sin is around.
Oh, Lee Sin's going in here. He wants to find a kill on something. Poppy going to lock him up on the wall. Jumps away to the ward that is in the bush. And bot lane just continuing to farm.
Yeah, great stuff there from Hai. And, you know, sort of nice aggressive move from Yen. I think maybe wanting to find Poppy with that Q, maybe wanted to Q to Malphite or Orianna and follow up with a kick.
Oh wow, Wild Turtle is going very aggressive onto Soraka, has knocked her back against the wall, has laid down his Ignite, is waiting for the sounds to come back up to throw out his ultimate maybe. He has it plus the flash and the Ignite. He jumps forward, but that Soraka heal, oh man.
The passive on Draven actually forced Wild Turtle to tank turret there for a little bit. I don't think he wanted to do that. He gave up a couple hundred points in free damage. Looks like he is just going to go ahead and shove this lane and go back. Maybe not wanting to fight with Malphite. So once again, guys, this is the third place finals match for IEM Singapore. This is the North American qualifiers. After this game, don't go anywhere. We're going to have CLG versus Monomaniac Ferris in the finals game, but this is the third place placement match, deciding who actually gets to go to Singapore and who goes home empty-handed. Teams are once again NFNP, full with the roster of Orbit Gaming against I believe it's Revision Gaming over on the red team.
Wow, Lisa just backed and bought a Bloodthirster. He's like, hey guys, I think a Bloodthirster is my next item. I've got Adorned Blade and Mobility Boots.
Yeah, once we see him get maybe, you know, 10, 15 stacks up on that thing, the Mobility Boots and the QRQ combos from Yen, they're really just going to put the pain down. If you look at the overall scaling, you know, the overall AD ratio on Lee Sin's QRQ combo, it's absolutely absurd. I think it's something like a 2.0 base AD scaling on, you know, pretty much effectively two abilities.
Looks like both mid laners coming down as Wild Turtle lands Spinning Axe after Spinning Axe, and now Nien is coming in from the side. Is he going to be able to catch Swift Break? He misses the Q, and now Orianna is zoning him down, doing a fair bit of damage while the rest of his team is too far back. He has to get over the wall. They do take down mid turret with the help of Maokai, and Wild Turtle is looking to push down this bot turret. Maokai slightly caught by Poppy, but doesn't decide to engage. And I think Sicko Scott is going to walk right into Malphite, who slows him down, lands the Twisted Advance, so they seem to want to take out this Malphite, or at least harass him down a bit. They do land the Lee Sin Q plus the slow. He's going to jump to a ward so that he can land the kickback. The Ezreal goes through, does a ton of damage, and now Poppy is cutting through Nien. Sicko Scott and Nien are both very, very low. Wild Turtle is chasing down, and Sicko Scott is going to pick up that kill, and Nien has managed to get away from the Poppy, but meanwhile Ezreal brings down the Sona. Now they lock up Wild Turtle against the wall. The exhaust is down. The Orianna ultimate goes out, and it is not Butter who picks up that kill. Meanwhile, Teemo is continuing to backdoor the enemy team. Oh man, he's just taking everything he can get.
Looks like I've sort of been proved wrong here. Poppy got off to a pretty rough start, still quite considerably down in CS, but has that triple GP5 built up and is kind of approaching mid game. Was able to set up three nice kills there in that team fight. Her team's currently sitting at 2-2-1. Taking a look at the overall gold graph, it's 5k on Teemo to 4.8k here on Poppy. So only 200 gold behind bot lane.
Yep, down in bot lane, Ezreal is dueling with Draven, and the Q is getting... No, it's actually Lee Sin who's fighting. I thought it was Draven for a minute. The Phage proc slows him down, and can he get in range? No, Lee Sin's mobility boots are too good. Mobility boots too good as he goes forward very aggressively, wants to pick the fight, is going to die because that Q came up, and now he's given up a red buff. Swiftbreak has to get out of there before Draven shows up to finish the job as Soraka and Malphite are making their way down. Teemo is going to run right into the Malphite. Lands on a Teemo Shroom. Those rice cakes too strong, and now he's going to walk right into Poppy, who's going to lock him up against the wall. He's trying to finish Sicko Scott. He needs one more basic attack. Flashes over the wall. Is the Ignite going to get it? It will get it with the power of the poison, and now Draven is dueling with Ezreal, trying to get back that coveted red buff, and now is caught very much out of position. The rest of his team needs to pinch to help him out, as all of Revan Gaming is trying to pinch on him, and he's actually run all the way up past the towers, and I think he'll make it out of there, as Poppy is going to get slowed down by Maokai. The Ezreal ultimate goes through, does do some damage, but that's not as important as the team fight, as Poppy is getting caught. The Orianna ultimate locking up Yuzuki, as Maokai tries to finish off Poppy. A little bit more damage. No, the Soraka heal is going to stop Hai, and now Hai is caught out of position, is going to get locked up against the wall. Flashes to Orianna with that twisted advance, and now Wild Turtle has managed to come back around. The slows are out. He needs a little bit more damage. He's going to try and turn on to Ezreal. Ezreal taking a ton of damage is going to fall. The Wild Turtle, now they've turned on to Poppy. The ultimate coming out from Soraka is going to heal them all up. In comes the Malphite ultimate. Wild Turtle and Sona getting caught. Down goes Lemonation.
Nice
and oh my god, Maokai with the flash forward. Is it going to take down Orianna? Is the Teemo poison going to do it? It will. Now he's trying to finish anyone else he can. He is going to get Poppy, and now he's running away. Nien coming from behind takes out Soraka. Can Yuzuki make it out of here? The safeguard over the wall is going to keep him safe just for a little bit longer, while Nien tries to finish down Sicko Scott. The red buff is there if Teemo can start landing basic attacks and stay out of Malphite's damage. Oh man, this Malphite is on basically the Great Escape, but Nien is coming in doing a ton of damage. The slow is out. Teemo lands one more basic attack, and Nien finishes the job as the Draven ultimate came up to help secure it. Whew, that was a mouthful.
Oh, no, not quite. Yeah, nice job there on that play-by-play, because that team fight was just so extended. It was, you know, it was spread out. There were 3 little mini fights going on here and there. 2 separate waves of ultis being used. It started, actually, if you remember, over at Wraith Camps with Poppy getting caught 1v3 as the Ezreal ult went by, you know, following that Draven escape. Sorry, down a dragon.
Yep, Lemonation getting caught. The ultimate, as the Ezreal ultimate doesn't land, even though the exhaust was down.
Quick flash down right into the nook of that wall.
Oh man, Hai is going to walk right into a world of trouble as Orianna is there. And he's actually getting very aggressive because Lee Sin is coming from behind. They are going to finish off Soraka instantly. Swift Break coming in from the side, but now the rest of the team is there. Yuzuki going to try and lock him up against the wall. Oh my god, a beautiful Lee Sin Q from Nien is going to keep him there. And now Yuzuki is trying to finish off Poppy, needs a little bit of help. One more basic attack, it is going to finish the job. The poison coming in, and Wild Turtle comes in from the side to help support Nien out of trouble.
There's a lot of synergy here, not only with just the insane amount of wards that Lemon Nation's able to put down, but the Teemo Shrooms are providing extreme ability here for Nien with his safeguard. You can see that pretty much that entire fight, Malphite was just chasing the Lee Sin around, and he had ulti up the entire time. I think, at least, I looked, you know, towards the tail end of that fight, and the Malphite ulti was up and ready to be used, but he was just chasing Lee Sin. So, you know, even though Lee Sin isn't sort of, you know, the tank, he's sort of just playing this as an assassin right now. He's being super effective with it. If he gets caught down by, you know, a Malphite ult and Orianna, he's going to get taken down out of this fight. As he really is just sitting entirely on an offensive build, likely to go for the Phage next. Sitting with about 2,500 gold in inventory, actually. Could go for a Brutalizer, a Last Whisper, some form of armor pin.
In comes the Malphite ultimate onto Yuzuki. They're going to try and finish him. The Soraka heal comes out to help them try and finish Wild Turtle. The Ezreal ultimate misses a nice flash away and just walks him through a Teemo Shroom. And I actually think Nien is going to try and finish off Swift Break. Goes forward, misses the Q, but lands so much low and has a red buff. Needs one more basic attack to be able to do something here. Goes forward with that nice QR combo and a safeguard to a ward, finishing the job, and no assist for Wild Turtle.
Yeah, really good play there from Nien. Just totally abusing the mobility of Lee Sin, setting up that positional ulti to knock him away from the safety of his tower and secure the kill there with his Q. Earlier, Wild Turtle had said about Nien, he's hit 2 out of 10 Qs, but really, you know, when it comes down to it, he's been hitting some pretty clutch ones like that one right there on Ez. So nice job from Nien on this solo mid Lee Sin. It took a little bit of time to kind of get up to speed right now.
Oh, Wild Turtle getting caught out by the Poppy, taking a fair bit of damage, and trades him off, forcing him to back off.
Nian's actually gone ahead and picked up an outright Trinity Force, by the way, building it out of that phage we saw earlier. Um, but yeah, I mean, Poppy, we talked about her early and mid game weaknesses, but now she's kind of past that. She's hitting her sort of, scary OP carry mode. She gets a ton of defense, not only through her passive, but through her ult, which effectively turns even a 5v5 into a 1v1. And not only that, but she has a ton of damage. She has, I think, actually better scaling than Jace's hammering blow on her Q. Although that could be wrong. Jace is pretty OP.
Jace is pretty OP.
Yeah.
So 4 members from No Fear No Prob up there, and they're going to catch Poppy out. Are they going to try and finish the job? It looks like Nien feels like it. Nien is actually a nice ultimate onto Elimination is going to keep him alive for a little bit longer, but Nien is not done chasing. Actually looks like he might be. No, Maokai pops. The Shirelli is thinking about going in there. Instant Orion ultimate, locking up Elimination and high. Orion ultimate, not as effective as Malphite ultimate, which comes in right afterwards. Ezreal is there. Draven is not in this fight. Nien flashing over the wall, safeguarding away, gets himself out of trouble, but the chase from Swift Break is going to let him have the kill on high and Nien. And now can they turn on to Yuzuki and pick him up as well, as Draven is going to come in from the fight and possibly clean up. A lot of damage from Poppy is going to lock him up against the wall. They are going to finish the kill on Poppy. No, it actually is Ezreal who goes down first, then Poppy. That Soraka heal kept them alive for a while. And, wow.
Yeah, no, great Soraka heal there. Would have thought that maybe it would have been a little bit more effective, but, that's sort of the power of all that lifesteal that Draven's packing with the double Durans and the Vamp Scepter. He was able to just kind of calmly stand there with the Sona W aura. And kind of get him, keep himself alive. That's really what you need against a Poppy. She has a lot of upfront burst with the EQ combo, with a Sheen proc, something like that. But then past that, her cooldowns are pretty punishing. So if you have that lifesteal to kind of offset that, you can sort of survive better. You have better chances of surviving these, pretty brutal AoE team comps. The combination of an assassin and an AoE team comp with Orianna and Malphite, really not something you want to have to deal with as an AD carry. And Wild Turtle's actually doing a pretty good job. Still ahead, I think, of Ezreal. He's up 40 CS. Take a look at the overall gold lead, though. Yeah, he's actually about 1,000 gold in the lead right now. And maybe once he gets some defensive items like a QSS or a GA, things are really going to start going better for him.
Yeah, I'm terrified of the fact that in the end he's just roaming around and picking any fight he can find.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like Poppy's gonna get out.
I think they know it's a bait down bot. They pinged Nien down bot lane, but then they also pinged Baron, and they're like, we really need to go, put a ward down here. Make sure they don't try and sneak it for a minute while we get distracted by Nien.
It looks like Elimination has decided to start up onto Baron. It takes a ton of damage. Poor Elimination. They left him to his own devices, and he tried to take it. And now it looks like Poppy wants to duel down onto Nien, doing a fair bit of damage to him. He actually has to back away. Yeah, he's being slowed down, taking a lot of damage. Can he win this duel? He actually is doing tons and tons of damage, while the rest of his team is starting this Baron. Both of the people down in bot lane have decided to back off.
Now, if I had actually went bot,
this is gonna be a free Baron unless Ezreal can steal it with his ultimate. Orianna ultimate goes in, but High does manage to get off the smite steal. They're gonna take down Swift Break very, very quickly, despite the shield or the armor buff from Soraka, and now the speed boost from that Shirelli is coming out. Wild Turtle is looking for his kill. The Malphite ultimate is back up, so if they catch him, they can do a ton of damage. But in comes Nien, knocking Not Butter back. He brings him down. In comes the Malphite ultimate. Nien does go down, but oh my god, Draven is there. Draven is there, and he's doing so much damage. The exhaust on Soraka. 1-2 hit, flashes forward, can't finish the job. But I don't think they care because Poppy's about to go down as well. Oh, a nice ultimate from Poppy on the Elimination may save him. He may even pick up the kill. He will get the second kill, but will fall to Wild Turtle. And now Wild Turtle is looking to push in on this inhibitor.
That was an amazing escape there. Putting, the range on that Poppy dash is just so short range. Flares really did a great job of kind of exploiting that sort of thinner triangle-shaped section of that wall there to get the dash onto High's Maokai while he was tanking turret. And not only that, instantly putting that ulti down on a Sona. Oh, sorry. I completely missed that kill on Ez.
Yeah, no, I didn't notice it either. I heard the tick and was like, wait, what?
What's going on?
Yuzuki still fighting things?
Yeah. Because I had seen Draven back off, and I was like, oh, okay. Gotta love those little triangle rice shrooms.
I love it. Love that skin.
But yeah, not only actually getting that kill on a Maokai, but instantly putting down the ulti onto Sona. And at that point, you know, he could have just easily run away, but I think deciding to go for the double kill, trade a kill on Sona for a kill on Draven, get that golden XP on Poppy. As of course he's only sitting at 80.
Look at this Draven. He's got triple buff, and Poppy was thinking about fighting him.
It's the honey badger effect. Singed and Poppy, you know, after this certain amount of time, you just no longer care.
It looks like High and Lemonation are going to duo their way through a dragon, while Wild Turtle just roams around looking for someone just brave enough to walk out into the enemy jungle. He sees Ezreal there because he's got the minions, so I think he's just waiting for someone just to walk out of position so he can try and finish the job. But I would not pick that fight with 3 members there unless this Sona comes up. No, she's not.
I'm really liking.
Oh no, he is going in onto Swift Break. 2 shots him down to half health. The ultimate goes through. The second half won't finish the job. It might have with the Ignite tick. So there's the Draven ultimate and his flash plus his Ignite. So actually there was no flash there. It was just his Ignite and his ultimate. And now, Orianna has been caught by Yuzuki, taking him down to half health, forced to flash away. So they're just slowly pushing in here with just the strength of these champs, bringing Poppy down to half health on his own, with not really much of a care in the world.
Yeah. Super dominant play here by Orb now. I mean, they're 9k gold up. They still have this Baron buff ticking for about... It's got another 25% or so. They should just go ahead and push some turrets in. They have the strength.
In comes the Malphite ultimate plus the Orianna ultimate. It brings Wild Turtle and Yuzuki down half health. Out comes the Sona ultimate, and they manage to disengage it. Yen wins so far in on the enemy team. He now goes on to Orianna, finishes her with the execution combo of his ultimate. Oh man, that was so much damage. But they traded 1 for 1. They lost someone with a Baron and got the tower down to half. I think that No Fear No Prob can just push in again.
Yeah. And they did lose.
Oh, the twisted advance on the Sicko Scott forces him to flash away. High is still tanking the tower. They haven't finished it yet. Now Yuzuki, going very, very far forward, is going to fall as Ezreal Arcane shifts away. And Wild Turtle needs to back up and help his team get the tower and the inhibitor, because otherwise he's going to get caught.
There you go. First inhibitor of the game going down. There is a... it's pretty close to, you know, taking down that top.
Oh, looks like Poppy wants to find Wild Turtle. Arcane Shift over the wall. Instant double axe to get himself out of trouble. Running with the power of the Teemo Shroom, slowing down the enemies. Oh my god, that Rylash Crystal Scepter is doing so much for them. Turns onto Poppy, trying to finish the job. Is still kiting away. Lemonation now getting caught. And Wild Turtle turns back around because the exhaust is down on Poppy. A little bit more damage, and she will fall. That last axe does her in, and now Sicko Scott is trying to catch Elimination, but has worked himself into a world of hurt, except for the rest of his team is there, and there is nobody there from No Fear No Prob to help Wild Turtle. He's on his own. Man against the world is trying to run away, but Ezreal will land that nice crit and finish the job. I don't know what they can do off of this. There's no dragon,
really,
there's no objectives to take.
It's still time for them to just kind of defend mid, you know, don't lose any more turrets, don't lose any more inhibitors. It's not really a time where they can fight or push or anything like that. Look at Baron, by the way. This Teemo is just... He's put in deposits in the bank.
Oh my god, Nien is looking for his next kill. Is going to miss because a forced flash comes out from Soraka.
Poppy has gone ahead and built that Yumu's Ghostblade, only sitting at 90 CS here, but just shy of 10,000 gold. Really not out of it gold-wise. Of course, everyone across the board for Rev Gaming is slightly poorer than their counterparts on NFNP. But you know, in a late-game team fight, that wombo combo of Orianna plus Malphite is not to be underrated. Not to mention the fact that Poppy is, you know, arguably the strongest late-game assassin there is.
Over goes Nien. He lands a fair bit of damage out on Poppy, takes some in return. The rest of his team is slowly pushing in here, trying to pinch in on this. Malachi is going to force Ezreal to Arcane Shift off the wall. Didn't want to get caught there, but Wild Turtle isn't with the team, so they just need to stall this out and not get engaged on until Wild Turtle shows up, which doesn't seem to be their plan. Wild Turtle is just pushing up mid lane.
Yeah. Can you, by the way, can you turn the overlay off? It's not updating.
It's not updating? Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
I actually do need to deal with this team fight as Wild Turtle goes in from the side. Arcane Shift onto Sicko Scott is going to keep him there. Instant ultimate coming in. Orion ultimate gonna only lock up. No, she hasn't actually popped it yet. And now Orion is very, very low. Nien is over the side of the wall. Sona is trying to help out with Wild Turtle, and Wild Turtle is going to pick up the kill on the Poppy. Now it is the Orion ultimate that pulls Nien back in and causes him to die along with the people that he took out, Ezreal and Oriana. But I don't think it matters. I think he's good with that, because the rest of his team is still alive, and Hai is just standing there as Roshan now just beats on him, twisting, advancing over, and flashing, and is going to lock him up long enough for Ace from Wild Turtle. That was just brutal.
Awesome job here. I mean, great job. These guys are going to Singapore. They've qualified as the third-rated North American team for the IEM event next month. Congratulations to Orb / I guess No Fear, No Prob. That was a great set. We are, by the way, going to move on straight away over to CLG versus Monomaniac Ferris for the finals best of one.